You are looking at an angel saving a girl's life. Welcome back, Charlie here. If you don't believe in angels or a higher power, then prepare to have your worldview changed forever. These real-life miracles caught on camera defy explanation. First, we have to look at this girl saved by an angel. This is 14-year-old Chelsea Banton. She's been sick ever since she was a child. She had very bad pneumonia. Doctors said she might not make it, and her mother was prepared for the worst. Doctors said Chelsea wouldn't survive for long, so her family decided to take her off life support. This was the only thing keeping Chelsea breathing. But here's where things get crazy. Just a few hours after they pulled out Chelsea's life support and her family said goodbye, doctors suddenly saw that she was breathing. It seemed impossible, but Chelsea was alive and well. When they checked the hospital surveillance cameras, they saw a glowing entity outside Chelsea's room. Many believe this may be a real angel who saved her life. The entity had never been seen by the cameras before. It only appeared right after they turned off Chelsea's life support. After a few days, Chelsea made an amazing recovery. She survived a near-death experience due to pneumonia. After a few days, she seemed totally fine, like nothing had even happened to her. Many believe Chelsea was touched by an angel who saved her life. Next, I have to show you this moving statue. This video takes place in Vietnam. There's a gigantic religious statue, and hundreds of villagers are crowding around it to get a glimpse. All of the people start singing around this statue. But that's when it seems like this angel statue comes to life. The statue seems to extend an arm out to touch the crowd of people, causing the cameraman to get very emotional and start crying. The statue is made of stone, but soon appears to go soft. The sides of the statue begin to flap like wings. The entire crowd is impressed and making lots of noise. Clearly, something wasn't simply placed over this statue. Otherwise, all of the people close by would realize. At one point, the massive statue even seems to wave. You can briefly see the statue's hand moving, and then it stops and goes back to being still. Some believe this holy statue may have been taken over by a real angel. Next, we have to look at this angel who appeared in a photo. This is Doug Loaders, and this is his son Kyle. Kyle was a football player for the local team in Fenton, Missouri. But sadly, Doug's son Kyle passed away. He was only 20 at the time. He got into a car accident with a truck. He was on his way to a football game he was going to play in that day. A few months later, a man named Brian Roth was taking a photo. It was of his grandson and his teammate, and it was at the exact same football field Doug's son Kyle was supposed to play at the day he died. At first, everything seemed normal. That was until Brian saw the photo he'd just taken. As you can see, there's a strange white apparition in the image. Brian was fascinated and freaked out, so he sent it to Fox News, who reported on the photo. When Doug saw the story on the news, him and his whole family became convinced the angel in the image was Kyle. After all, Kyle was on the way to the field when he passed away. Do you think this angel may be Kyle watching over the football field he loved so much? Moving on, we have to look at this angel who saved a man's life. Could this be a man being saved by his guardian angel? The video comes from a surveillance camera in China. A man is riding through an intersection on his tricycle. That's when a massive truck comes speeding across the road. The truck is about to hit the tricycle, but that's when a figure comes out of nowhere and saves the man on the tricycle. It all happens so quickly. The truck driver gets out of his vehicle and walks over to see what happened. Both the man on the tricycle and the truck driver are in total disbelief. The figure who saved the man seems to walk off casually. It's sort of hard to tell what this figure is, but some believe it may be a real-life guardian angel. Whatever this thing is, it did seem to emit a light source when saving the man. But what do you think? Is this the work of an angel or something else? Moving along, let's look at this Indonesian angel. This video comes from a surveillance camera in a mall in Jakarta, Indonesia. The mall is closed at night and everything is quiet. But that's when a bright light source falls from the sky. You may think it's simply a falling light, but then the light source appears to fly off. You can also see a humanoid silhouette with massive white wings. It all happens so fast, but when this is slowed down, it really does look like an angel. Also, it reflects perfectly on the floor, meaning this would be hard to fake. The 4 security guards see this on the cameras and rush over to the scene. The men inspect the spot where the angel fell with their flashlights, but the angel is nowhere to be found. Now let's look at this bizarre cloud angel. What would you do if you were walking down the street and saw this? A cloud appears to be floating very low to the ground. Technically, this makes no sense. Clouds are supposed to dissipate before getting anywhere near the ground. That's because the nearer to land, the denser the air is, leading some to say this was not a cloud, but an angel in disguise. The people seem so scared by this cloud that no one goes anywhere near it. Also, this cloud is perfectly shaped, which is very bizarre. Some speculated this may be a lightning cloud, while others said this may be an angel or miracle of God. Whatever it is, it definitely is amazing. Now let's look at this singing statue. A crowd of people are gathering around a religious statue to sing, but after some time the statue's mouth appears to move. It seems like she's singing along with the people. Some others say they can also see the statue appears to blink. Now let's look at this surveillance camera angel. One night in 2018, a Michigan couple were relaxing at home. That's when they got an alert from their home security system. Movement had been detected outside the front of their home. When they checked their surveillance cameras, they were shocked. They saw this gigantic, angelic-looking creature hovering over their truck. The man named Glenn and his wife, as well as their pastor, believed an angel visited them in the night. Many experts also chimed in, saying this may be a real-life angel caught on camera. Some say angels are more around us than we'd ever know. Next, we have to look at this fatherly spirit caught on camera. One day, a man's father passed away, so he decided to do a road trip to the Great Lakes to do some fishing. That's because that's something him and his father always did together. The man was grieving and feeling sad, but that's when a figure appeared to be floating on top of the lake. There was no one else around, but this angelic human-shaped figure appeared out of nowhere, and it looked like the man's father who'd passed away just days earlier. Maybe he wanted to fish with his son for one last time. The angel didn't stay around for long, but just enough time for this man to take a photo. You can even see this man's father's reflection in the water he's standing on. Finally, let's look at this angel silhouette. Take a look at this photo captured near a canyon. This silhouette looks like a perfect angel, but do you think this could be real? Angels do feature in the Bible described as seraphims, but in the Bible they're described as looking like this. So what do you think of this image? These videos are very convincing, and it may seem like angels do exist among us. A few people said some of these videos may have been special effects, but honestly some of them look way too realistic to be fake, and some have even been analyzed by experts who said they're real. It's a nice thought that when people pass away they're not gone forever. Maybe they come back to visit us in angel form. And remember to make your voice heard in the comments. After seeing all of these photos and videos, do you think angels are real or not? I think the most convincing angel was the one this couple caught on their home surveillance camera. If you want to see my short videos, then check out my second channel. I've been Charlie, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, then what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.